I'ma just stop the music, stop the press. People are like, what the hell is going on? First of all, I got 2 pork chops right here. I just got done driving. I'm in California. I'm doing my recreational thing. And I'm doing my recreational thing, which is right here. And I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we will talk about this right now. Alive this late, TFT, yeah. And this is like literally, I just got done watching when I'm doing my driving, TFT, and I know you're driving late right now too. And you are one of the main reasons why I'm driving late now. I just got back. I turned down the order right now because I was already driving back home. They wanted me to go to Wendy's. It was $10.48. But I know that line is forever, but I was already coming home. But I was watching whenever I do my he said just ended my day. Yeah, TFT just ended mine too. So that's why I'm here. I'm wide awake. I was watching Mr. Flex's live, and he had UDM, always cherry pick, Roy, and all these people up there, and I got upset. People, I'm in California, and this is late night after hours, and yes, I am. You're about to get all the reach right now. You are about to get all the reach right now. This is ridiculous. I'm going to play a little bit about what just happened. Well, not what just happened. It was a couple days ago. People, I don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed. In case everybody wanted to know. I'm in California right now. And this is, I got myself 2 pork chops because I just got off work. But I got to bring up what just happened. Not just happened. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this right now. I'm about to hit mute. Well, first of all, here's what I got to say. There should not be any content creator who is not myself, or if TFT is not giving you, and he sent me a picture of people. It was like turkeys or something. He saw he saw wild turkeys when he did a delivery. If you do not live in California, I have a message for all of you guys here. Quit bringing up Prop 22 and saying it's a bad thing when you have no idea what it's about. Anyone that brings it up that don't work in our market, don't bring it up because, first of all, you guys don't know what you're talking about because you guys are not here. You guys are not in New York. You're not in Seattle. You're not anywhere to where they are doing this. You guys get the buckle gives you a difference. Just stay with that. Don't bring up Prop 22 and bring up these different arguments about how it's not good and how it's going to mess up my market. You're not here. Quit bringing it up. I'm tired of it. I heard them say on Flex's thing, yeah, the people in California are milking the clock. And that came up. Yeah, I told you guys about milking the clock. And milking the clock is only when you drive at night. When all the places are closed and you are forced to go through the drive-through. So now when we go through there, we're getting paid for that the whole time. I ain't heard one of you guys say exactly what it is, but you guys all talk about it. Quit talking about what I do here, please. Because you guys don't know. You don't know. Quit talking about it. Quit talking about Prop 22, please. If you are not here, it should not come up and you should not have an opinion or anything else on it because you are not here. Quit talking about Prop 22. Quit it. I'm tired of it. Quit talking about Prop 22. Whoever in Flex's Live brought up Prop 22 and everybody had their opinion, you guys are not here, so your opinion don't count. Don't talk about it because you guys are not here. If you guys are not in a market to where you can talk about what they are doing, you guys cannot talk about that. Quit bringing it up, because every time you do, I get so mad. And I'm like, why are they talking about something they don't know about? Well, they're in the gig world. So what? Shut up. You don't know about it. Don't bring it up out of your mouth, because unless you talk to me, someone that fully understands the whole thing, unless you bring me up to fully break it down, or someone else, don't talk about it. You guys are making up BS. Don't talk about it. Please don't. Please don't. It makes no sense. Now, my dogs want to be with me because I just got back. They're like, hey, princess. My dogs want to be with me so much right now. Go. Bye. Bye. Here. Go. Bye. Because I don't want you to mess up my lights. Go. 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 Or go up. When I say go up, they go onto the recliner over there. I'm upset. I'm about to play some stuff I saw. I'm about to play it right now. Let me hit mute, and here we go.
I tell you what you and I can do, you got my number, I got your number. We're not going to.
I got. Hey. That's your number, but straight. All right. Everything. But you're proving what he already proved. But go ahead and do it, man.
No, I'm. What I'm doing is,
dude. Listen, you don't borrow. If you can't pay your bills, don't come asking me, because I ain't giving you nothing, man.
No. Listen.
I want to add something. I want to add something in here for a minute, gentlemen.
Okay.
The capping thing is real. Okay. The algorithm deals with our habits, how we choose our orders. That's exactly what UDF is saying. And you can go look at the Deep Red dispatch system. It's on the engineering website. That information is there. You can read it for yourself. You can be able to comprehend what it's saying. I done put it out in my videos several times. Okay, I'm tired of hearing people talking about separate all of these programs. That's not what DoorDash did. DoorDash did something different with the changes that they made this year. Now, this is what I want to share with all you gentlemen. You may agree, you may disagree. That's cool. DoorDash have a multi-apping strategy. Okay, what is that multi-apping strategy? It borrowed the concept from these different platforms and turned them into programs that we can maximize our earnings. But it's going to be behind our decision making and our historical data. That how we choose our order selections. That's where we're being capped at. Because if we wasn't capped, we would be making $100,000 a year. You will hear about more drivers making $100,000 a year. So yes, I agree with UDM on that. He did his data. He showed the facts. He showed the numbers. You see, so the numbers don't lie. Now, my thing is, there is a season. We keep forgetting last year, majority of the restaurants were closed. They started opening them up. 98% of everybody was ordering at these restaurants. You see what I'm saying? That number done reduce. That percentage have reduced. Now, I don't know what that.
Now, I want you guys to just pay close attention to this. Rev said some things, and UDM said, and shook his head yes, and took a step back. People, this lets you know that DoorDash Revolution knows what he's talking about. And people are like, well, what's going on? We thought DoorDash Revolution questioned you about your stuff. Yeah, but that's my homie. Why wouldn't my homie not question me about some stuff? Ain't nothing changed. Let's keep going.
That percentage number is, I'm in a smaller market. Memphis is a smaller market. You know, it's got combined with Mississippi, Arkansas, and all of that, but it's still a smaller market. We oversaturated already since last year with top dashers and oversaturated with cherry picking. When you go to Old Charlie's and Chili's, the way it was around April of last year, you could get stack orders. They would come out $30, $40, $50 just on stack orders. You had 100 plus drivers at just them two restaurants. You would have 50 at one, 50 at the other, and you would be talking to the other delivery driver saying, man, I got a stack order going to Chili's, and you at Old Charlie's. Then you go to Chili's, you hear them say, man, I got one over there at Old Charlie's. It was back and forth, back and forth. So that money was real lucrative. Now, how do we adjust to what just happened? Is we got to adjust our mindsets. I want us all to stop discriminating, being prejudiced towards each other about these programs. We got to use all these programs to be able to maximize our earnings with DoorDash to where it's equivalent to
Notice that UDM is shaking his head yes to everything DoorDash is saying. A lot of you guys don't understand that the rev. Okay, let me break this down. Rev is a cherry picker, extreme cherry picker, and he's literally right now attempting and almost there to be a cherry picker and reach the programs that you're supposed to get. Now, UDM is shaking his head yes because the information that DoorDash is given, okay. I didn't want to come out here and do all this. People, we are experts. UDM is an expert. Cherry Pick is an expert. Revolution is an expert. I am an expert. Roy is an expert. William Anderson is an expert. We are experts at this. We are not novices, okay? We know how to fully work the game for everything that you need to work it for. I just bring in a service that can't nobody else do. But we all know, okay? We all know there are things going out about Revolution saying that you're gonna hurt the cherry pickers and all this. No, he's not. We know what's happening, and we know that this is the next phase of the game because the pandemic drivers have none of the pandemic drivers understand fully how to work it fully because they were pandemic drivers getting spoiled by the pay, and they thought that was everything. That's not what it is. You pandemic drivers are like the biggest blame. I hear people talking about, well, man, 2018, 2019, DoorDash. I'm like, huh? I was on DoorDash before that. I was on DoorDash before that. Let me tell you, I was on DoorDash before any of the pandemic was. I was on DoorDash. These pandemic drivers don't know what the hell they're talking about. They are only speaking about what the numbers were during the pandemic when they can dictate because everyone was forced to stay at home. That's why people said, hey, let's show a ride along. Let's show a ride along to make some more money because we really don't know how to make the money. We just hopped in and everyone's at home and they're paying us this. They never hopped in to do no service. They never hopped in to figure out, hey, what are the other catering apps in my area, in my city that I can sign up for? Let me tell you, when DoorDash and Postmates really first started in California, let me tell you this. I know a bunch of people that if you had a minivan, we have like Delivery Express, and I'm not going to give the other names because I'm not going to give them. If you don't know, you don't know. A lot of drivers were doing that. All the catering apps before Postmates, DoorDash, and while they were going on, they were still making more money because you were still able to go on and order from these places. These places that were maybe 4 or 5 places as individuals, they merged into one, and then all their catering drivers, they let some go, someone into doing the gig apps, some stay with the companies. We still have those companies still here operating, and they do catering orders. I'm not going to give any of the names of those because if you are a pandemic driver, you don't need to know the name of those because you don't care about them. And I'm not going to give them to you. DoorDash is up here talking about, and you have heard him say on my channel many times, we got to stop the discrimination about Top Dasher and all this other stuff, right? Yeah, we got to stop that. We have to. We got people cherry pick went at Rev hard because he knows Rev knows what he's talking about. So he went at him hard because cherry pick isn't a real expert. He's a real expert. I've had conversations with him on the phone, and cherry pick is a real expert. Now, I know there are some people that want to come at me, but you can't. I know about all this stuff too. I just don't say all of that other stuff. But I've been doing this before damn near all, and I know UDM's a vet. I heard his history, how long he's been on YouTube. I know I could talk to UDM and be like, okay, yeah. There's people that work with him in his state, around his area, and they're experts too, because experts meet experts. Let's go ahead and keep that real. Experts meet experts. The issue is with this whole the DoorDash game, and people are like, oh man, I heard them talk about tip transparency and everything, right? They even went into Prop 22. Hey, Princess, come here. Go. Please go. That's a cat. That's a cat. No, I didn't say the magic word. That's a cat. Even though that is the magic word. No. My dogs are hilarious. They know when I'm on one, my dogs get on one too. We have people like when DoorDash hit, these programs that they have, Top Dasher, Pizza Program, and all of these are there as multi-app and on one app. We all understand that. It's kind of hard that no one gets that. We got people talking about, well, we're going to get too many people doing Top Dasher. Oh, well, we're going to get too many people doing large order. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's what DoorDash says as a business. Oh, well. Everyone is not going to want to do that because check this out. 50% is what they say you can do to make sure that you at least get 2 or 3 of the things, but you got to be at 70% for multiple months to make sure that you get the full load. How multi-apping is, small markets will be oversaturated with top dashers, but no one cares about top dashers. You can have a bunch of top dashers in the area and oversaturate that. I don't care. Those top dashers are not on the other programs because they don't care about those. Yes. People, I literally just got done at the hospital, dropped off at the Kaiser. I'm on live right now. And I normally do my lives, people, the weekend I don't do them, but I was just kind of upset about literally what I was watching. And we are talking about how people can make money, more money, and everything else like that. We know that we have a percentage of lazy people out there, right? They're not going to want to make anything. So guess what? The programs that have the most and they offer the most, only certain drivers are going to be doing that, right? That is what it is. What DoorDash Revolution is talking about, discrimination with people trying to make this money. My brother said, "Why you on so late?" I just got done doing a delivery, and the people in the other states, they are trying to give Prop 22 expertise and everything else. And I'm like, how are you going to be in another state and give that? And then UDM is agreeing to everything that DoorDash Revolution is saying. And then his number one boy is about to challenge him because of the information that the Revolution is giving. But you guys got to understand that the information that he is giving, my brother is the one that got me into driving. He was driving before me, and I was in 2015. He was driving before me, doing the 20 orders in a day on one app and doing all that stuff. My brother is the one that laced me on that way back then and doing all this stuff. He's the one that got me into the best deliveries and the other apps on how you can make the other stuff. Way before all of you guys. K Reese 007 is right there. It's one of OSHA's number one men right there. You know who OSHA is. My brother is actually in a position to where safety is all the way, and he's part of where he can say something. And he's been doing this before all of you guys because he was doing it before me. And he is one of OSHA's number one men, even though he is with a separate company, but he is the head safety manager for a corporation, and he goes to at least 4 of the warehouses, and OSHA has to speak to him. Okay, you see what I'm saying? You guys don't know nothing about what I know in here. UDM agreed to everything that Rev said because it's right. But then Cherry Pick is about to go off at him because he has an agenda. But this agenda is not for the common driver. It's not for someone that just picked up and signed on to an app. These are experts arguing about expert things. So what they argue about, you guys don't try to pay any attention to whatever else you try to get out of it, because you probably don't know what the hell they're talking about, because these are experts. But this is the discrimination that Rev is talking about, because between the experts who actually know what's going on, there is separation, because from the experts, we have people that just are not experts and we can make them do whatever. And this is just, it's hilarious because throughout the day, I cannot watch people's lives unless I am on a panel. because I'm moving around and things like that. But when I'm out doing a delivery and I'm out driving and things like that, I am able to watch the things, which is why I was watching this. So we're going to get right back into this. This is an expert panel. And these experts are, you guys don't know what they're arguing about. But what they are talking about can help the whole gig economy because these are experts. You guys may just see them arguing, and I'm going to play it. But you guys have no idea what's actually being said because you are not an expert yet. And most pandemic drivers are not even close to being an expert. So let's keep going.
Equivalent to multi-apping, because I multi-app as well. I made more money last year multi-apping in less hours. In 5 hours, I was at $175, $180. I'm at home, I'm chilling. 4 hours, the same thing. But somewhere in between there, after you reach the end of the week, and if you're making this number consistently, it's capping you to your behavior patterns on how you select these orders. That's all I want to share with you gentlemen tonight. And I do have respect for everybody on this panel. You know, it had to been what I call the demolition process that had to take place. You know, I'm not a
TFT, I know you said you have to beg to differ, but I said you are an expert too. I know TFT is an expert, people. He is an expert and he does this. TFT, trust me, you are an expert. I'm just talking about on the panel here with them talking. We're in California, TFT, and you already know you are an expert. And now that you are on the large order program, like literally the numbers that you will be telling me, these dudes are going to be like, wow, because I already know what you do. So TFT, exclude yourself. It just put you like you're sitting up here on the couch. You're just watching me because you already know what it is.
narcissist. I'm not a black militant. I'm a community activist, which means I'm about a multicultural world. We got a diverse community. We have so many problems that I know we got a whole lot of intelligent content creators that we can come together and collaborate on how we can make better decisions for better opportunities, maximize our earnings. Now, I think the thing that doesn't happen here is that if I don't like this guy, even though he's right, I'm gonna challenge him on that. I think that's wrong. When you write about something, you write about it. Take that what you can glean from someone and use that method. He did his research. He did his case study. Kim did.
Who's
their
he?
case
Who's
study.
Rev? You're just rambling. Who's he? Who did case study?
UDM.
UDM.
He did
Okay.
his.
Now I want you guys to know this. Everyone nodded, didn't, and these are all respectable people. Will and Roy and everyone. Look, ain't no one saying nothing, right? Because what he's saying is, and UDM is nodding his head like, okay, yeah, yep. But there is an issue with cherry pick and the Rev. That's why cherry pick had to interrupt and say, you are rambling. You see, this is what we are talking about here. Everything is changing right now, and we have to give some information so we can actually see us as the experts, see how they're going to take the things we are saying. You can't just close a book on everything. We got to at least let everyone get some parts of the chapters. but this is an expert panel here, and the chapters, some experts don't want the chapters to be, exposed. So this is where they do their thing. Okay? This is an expert opinion argument with two dudes who literally do great. You will never hear a Hannibal, a Pedro, a rideshare rodeo, campsite money plans. No one will be doing this because they are talking about the real currency that you can make. And what should we let out right now? Because everyone is trying to get up to a place to try to make more, but everyone should not know all of everything. And I get that from Cherry Pick all the way. I get it. I get it. I get it. So you guys don't know what we're talking about because you're not an expert. Let's watch.
Case study.
But no one's arguing with it. No one's arguing with that.
No, I'm not saying nobody arguing with him, but he has been taking heat for this now. I'm not saying anybody on this panel arguing with him, but he has taken heat. I done seen the look in this man's eyes. He's caring about the community. I see the hurt in his eyes when he's trying to help the community. I see that. There's feelings there. You put your heart and soul into what you try to do to build a community that fights back no soon as you said, look, maybe we need to look at how things done change. Maybe we need to change with the paradigm. See.
Okay, so, but do you real quick a second?
Go ahead.
Because I don't like top dashers. You're saying that that's discrimination. That's what you're connecting those dots. Was that referring to me? Because I have every right to say how I feel about somebody that's a top dasher.
Now, I want you guys to see how that just went right there. As I told you, these were two experts. Look at Roy grinning and smiling up there. Roy said, this is good right here, people. Yeah, boy. Look, I'm smiling too. It's good. We got two experts. You know, when you watch National Geographic and you got the Rams and they look at each other and they start getting their hooves and doing this, and then they line on up, they walk on back, and they boom. Now, at not one point did Rev say anything about nothing else, and then Cherry Pick was like, are you talking about me? People, these were two Rams that had to get this off right here. Let's watch them get this off.
Okay, this is how I'm going to put it, and we're not trying to have a battle here. Let's agree.
No, we're not, because it's 2 in the morning, and I don't want to talk about all this. That's not what I'm here for. But go ahead, since we're talking, let's do this right now, quick.
No, you answered the question. Now I'm finna answer your question. I'm gonna use being prejudiced and biased towards, cause see, Top Dashers isn't really a title. It's just a program. That's all. It's just a program. I know why you feel that way. You understand what I'm saying? Because you need.
Right, but you're passing judgment on what my opinion is. Are you the YouTube police of this DoorDash community? I mean, seriously, I'm asking you.
I tell you what you and I can do. You got my number. I got your number. We're not going to.
I got your number, but you slipped in, giving UDM a compliment, talking about discriminating different drivers in this community. And when you said that was a way to slide something in on me.
Oh, people, did you see? Now check this out. This is why I'm hot facts, people. This is gig news right here. The Rev didn't say nothing to slide nothing in on him, but that's what Cherry Pick feels, because people, these are two Rams that had to go ahead and get into the ring. They had to get into the ring. Rev was talking about something, and way back then when he was saying it, it had nothing to do like what Cherry Pick just said. He said you start talking about. He said you gave UDM compliments, and now you're talking about some segregation. The segregation is what made him step into the ring. Like, now I can go butt heads with you. So I want you guys to just know that that's what happened there. Now, trying to get there. Rev said, I can call you. We got each other's number. Cherry Pick said, no, since you've been rambling, let's get it over with now. No, the Rev wasn't rambling. He was talking. You know, we all know the Rev is long-winded. Impertinence, Madam Sonia. Impertinence, Judge Joe Brown. We know that. We all know that. But at the same time, he already had the floor and the mic was in his hand. So he didn't go and just start doing this. I'm telling you, people, these are experts. These are experts who are literally peeling little things that you guys don't even know about on what they are talking about. No one challenged no one. But see, I'm not going to say too much. If you guys don't follow the videos, the literature, if you guys don't follow anything, and if you do watch and you still don't know what I'm talking about, you're not an expert. This is segregation right here. I'm segregating and separating the experts from everyone else. What they are doing right here, people, this is beautiful, because in the gig world, we get people bittering about, should I take an order or do I believe that I'm going to get paid this? You don't get people really arguing about the real things that matter.
And that's fine, Robert. But understand, I have a right to say what I want about a top dasher. I'm not saying it because of their religion or their sex or their color. I'm saying it because I don't agree with them. And if you want to put a connection that's the word discrimination doesn't belong in that.
No.
Because now you're trying to put something somewhere where it doesn't belong. Yes.
The word that I'm using is not about color, it's not about race, it's about ideals. Discriminating in ideals.
Right, but you're using words in a certain way that infers it. And don't think that I'm stupid. You know I'm an intelligent person, and I can use my tongue right now and whoop you, but I'm not gonna. I'm just trying to tell you that when you start talking about a damaged community.
Oh, did you guys see where it just went? Did you see that? Now, I could use my tongue and just whip you, but you're talking about, and then Cherry Pick said you're using certain words. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of words. How you choose to take the word in is how you took the word in. For instance, we can have somebody here, right? And someone can say, man, you a badass MFer, right? Then someone can say those exact same words and say it in a way that's going to fire you up. How you take them in is how you take them in. But he said, I could use my tongue and wear you down too. But I'm going to say this right now, Cherry Pick. When we have brought up the racial things, you got to remember that when I interviewed The Revolution, go ahead to my playlist and look at the whole interview. I specifically asked him a question about, and I asked Cornbread, watch my interview with Cornbread, also the white dude, and these two are really good friends. I asked both of them the same question. How is it racially? Because where they are stationed, it's historically racist. So I asked those questions to him and Cornbread and got them from a white dude and a black dude. Go watch Cornbread video. They're sitting in a truck together on his video. and they are doing a video together. Ghost 77, I asked him that same question too. So you got to understand that this right here, you can get mad all you want and don't understand why the race card is being brought out in the gig world. I'm going to explain to you. There's a lot of people in areas that can't make the money that a lot of people can, and a lot of people are afraid to say that it's the race thing because they are afraid to, but I am not, and neither is Rev. There are smaller markets. He's in Mississippi, Tennessee. Don't you know they used to lynch us and hang us there? So don't you think that there is still that stuff there? And you can be in Indiana. You can be in Kentucky. I can name places. I name places here to where I don't deliver to. This is why we bring it up. And that's not bringing segregation into the gig economy. It's letting everyone know that, hey, this is why we talk about the zip codes. We talk about the separate high schools. We talk about where all of this other stuff so that you know where the money is being made and how you can make the most. You know that. Like you said, you are an intelligent man. You know that. You know that so well. But bringing this stuff out, there are people that are going to be able to pick up on it and go make more money than the people that actually benefit from the people in the areas where they just want to go. And that's why the video today on my live had Coffee in Colorado when they were saying we can't go to the hood, we'll get our cars jacked and they'll shoot us and everything, because that's the ideal that they have in their head. And I was glad that my wife actually showed me that. And no one even knows my wife's channel because she don't even have one. She can just watch and just show me stuff. That's how I got the Coffee in Colorado thing. And that's why we bring up the race thing, because as subtle as making the jokes and the chuckles about we can't drive there, we'll get our cars jacked and stuff like that. Now, what if someone is a certain color and drives to where they live? They're not going to give them the same tips or anything else like that. So we got to talk about these things, because everybody just ain't white that goes out there and drives and makes a living. So we got to make sure that if you are black, brown, purple, yellow, in between all of that, we got to let everybody know that, hey, be aware of this so you can make the most money. So when you are just trying to say that we're trying to just use the race car for this and that, you're not thinking fully what you're supposed to be thinking. And you said you are an intelligent man. So now start thinking about that. You're in Florida. You know what Florida is. There's areas where it's like, wow, still, you know that. So be intelligent, but I do know this was a clash of the heads, and you guys have to go ahead and do this. So now let's keep watching.
And all this crap that y'all been talking about, the only damaged community is your view of this community, because I don't feel it's damaged and nobody else does. You want to bring us together.
I tell you, brother, I'll talk to you off the set behind the scene. We didn't talk before.
But it's that discrimination thing that started. I wasn't going to say nothing, but you just did that.
I understand, because you don't understand what I mean by that.
Can I just interject real quick?
Brother, let me finish with cherry pick for a minute, and then I'm getting I did not come here to start no battle, start no war. We talking about opinions, we talking about ideals. But I know I can talk to you. We done talked to each other before.
Right, we talked, and for everything we talked about, I had an exchange with you today, and I thought I made myself clear that I'm not black enough to talk to you or Robert Reese. I don't have my black card, so I can't.
I was waiting for it to come on out, my name to pop on out. I'm not black enough to talk to you or Robert Reese. This is what people see. This is what we are talking about. Now, the minute we speak up and say things that are happening, we are too militant and all this other stuff. No, my kids are mixed. I got white in me. My big mama is part white. I got Native American in me. I speak Spanish before I met my wife. I lived in Orange County for 20 years. My real brain work was done in Orange County. From the hood too. My kids are black, white, Native American, Peruvian, Italian, and Mexican. What the hell are you talking about not being black enough? I got to teach the blackness and all that other stuff to my kids. You just don't understand because this is what we tell people. And this is what I just said. You don't understand that there are areas where you can look a certain way and you can't make that money just off the top of what it is. There's certain places where when you go pick up, they're going to make sure that they give you your stuff last. That stuff still happens because what if the owner he is part of the clan and he has an establishment that serves the community, but he's part of the clan? You don't know about these things. It's not about you not being black enough. It's about you sitting here and saying, hey, well, what the hell are you guys talking about? Let me know a little bit more. And don't throw my name in any of that, brother. Don't throw my name in any of that. Because I keep it way real 1000%. Don't ever throw me in nothing like that. I'm black enough, and to the black people, I'm too white. My vocabulary is extensive, so I'm too white. You lived in Orange County, so you're whitewashed too. Even though I take you to any spot in the hood and we go do whatever the hell we want. What? It's like that, homie. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not black enough to talk to you or Robert Reese. So that's what you guys are putting out there. That's why the coffee in Colorado, we can't go to the hood. Whoa, we can't go over there. They'll jack our cars and they'll shoot us. This is the narrative that they are trying to paint in the gig economy now. Lord, just strike me down. Strike me down, Lord, if I tell people that there's certain areas that you should be aware of. Now, check this out. There's certain areas where my Asian homies, there's certain areas to where my Asian homies are not going to go to. You know why? Because the Hispanics and the Asians got a real heavy beef. We got rich Asians, we got rich Mexicans, and in California, they call the rich Mexicans, you're either a rancher or you're an Oscar de la Hoya. That's what they call them here in California. Oscar de la Hoya means you're whitewashed. If you're a rancher, you are a true Chicano Mexican. That's how it works here in California. And we have a whole mixed thing here. It's all mixed here, and we are all good. But I know that I'm not going to be delivering in Huntington Beach at, like, literally, I'm not going to be delivering in Huntington Beach at, I'm not going to do late night deliveries in Huntington Beach. I'll do late night deliveries here, but I will not do late night deliveries in Huntington Beach. I will not do late night deliveries in Brea. I will not do late night deliveries in Yorba Linda. Anaheim Hills, yes, because you're all the way in the cut in the hills and you are doing your thing and all the places are right down. I am not going to do San Clemente. I am not going to be in San Clemente doing late night deliveries. I'm not going to be in Mission Viejo. I'm not going to be in Aliso Niguel. I'm not going to be in Laguna. I'm not, and Irvine I'm pushing it. I'll be on the borderline of Irvine and Santa Ana and Tustin. I'll do deliveries there. But I'm not going to be myself, like me doing deliveries there. And then, like, literally, when these restaurants are able to, and you guys spoke about this, they are able to, they know who you are and they tell you what orders are there and stuff like that. There are areas to where literally the biggest money is going to be in Newport Beach and all of that stuff, right? But the catering programs there, they're going to give those to Newport Beach Dasher. I can name some more names who they make content and they make a whole lot of this. And you're like, how are they making that money? I can tell you why. First of all, woman, white, Newport Beach, there you go. I'm telling you, when you go down by Corona Del Mar, where Dennis Rodman hangs out all the time, you go by the cages, they'll pull you over instantly if your car is not like all the other ones there. The Range Rovers, and you got your Maseratis and all that other stuff there. You can just be like, hey, I'm trying to go down here and make some money. You and your car, everything's good, but you're going to get pulled over all the time. So that makes you not want to go deliver there, even though the money is really good there, which means the catering orders there are really good, are really great too. We talk about things like that other drivers need to know. I can blend in and speak to almost anyone, but I know my limitations. I know my limitations. I pick up on the verbiage and everything else, and I know that I am not welcome here. I'm out of here. I might just cancel the order right then and just, I'm out. I know my limitations too, even though I can communicate with everyone. I have limitations. And I limit myself from being in those situations also. But there's other people out there that don't have the brain like me and think like me, and everybody else out there that's someone like me and Rev, to where they are going to put themselves in those situations to where it's going to be all bad. We have to teach those people, because some of these people are just getting ready to drive and then go make money and stuff too. So you can't say that you're not black enough to talk to us. You can talk to me about anything. Ask me, check this out. Ask me anything white. I'll answer it. I'll ask you anything about black folks, and let's see if you answer it. That's what I'm talking about. So don't get mad because you hear something. I got Samoan homies and Islander homies. When I talk to them, forget America, forget all the races out there. It's island love. It's island love. I used to live next to, it was Samoans and Tongans, and we know that historically. We know that, and if you go to LA, it's a feud there. But in Villa Park and Orange, right there close to Anaheim Hills, they all play football at the same school and everything else like that. And guess what? The elders come and they bring all the families out, because those same Islander rules, that's the same thing that they do. And it's not white, black, or anything. They're Islander. And they talk that and preach that too. They talk that and preach that too. I have friends that are Vietnamese, Cambodian. Now, I'm going to say Cambodians and the Vietnamese. Woo! Tradition. Remember, they are not China, Japan. They get looked down on. So they teach their traditions. When I go to their house, they teach you their customs, because that's what the hell it is. And no one argues that. Samoans, I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Black people, I do the Humpty Hump. I do the Humpty Hump. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And Wesley, you ain't weird for that. That was way real. But the narrative that they are painting out there is now that we have a racist agenda. Now, if we have a racist agenda, how come they haven't asked Hannibal, how do you feel about the racist agenda with DoorDash Revolution and HotFacts, and you're black? If someone is a real reporter who wants to get the news, isn't that a question you would ask him? That's not been asked to him publicly. You know why? Because you guys are just trying to make up stuff and paint something because you guys can't figure me out or figure him out. We just keep it real and talk. You can't figure us out because you guys are not looking straight ahead. You're like doing this whole circle thing. How you gonna figure out someone when they are literally right there in your face and you're trying to go around them? I'm not black enough to talk to you guys. Whoever told you that? Because Cherry Pick, you spoke to me on the phone and everything, and everything was fine to me. This is the first time I am ever hearing that you're not black enough to talk to me. So as of this point right now, I don't know what the hell was wrong with you. What made you switch and start saying that? Did I bring up something that's a real fact and that happens and people live in other places in the United States to where it can be happening there too? And we're just bringing awareness out there. Was that what it is? Or is it that we're keeping it real to where we're letting people know that, hey, you can make this money, you're doing this now? I don't know what it is. I don't know. And I'm not going to guess, but you brought me up in there for no reason. And I have not heard from you. Not even in a little comment or anything. You do know that you did You're Watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese and said I'm a sexy beast or whatever else it is. You do know that, right? So I don't know where it went left field. I don't know. But I do know is that you don't understand, and that's why you're mad. And you're using that to come at Revolution for your guys' battle right here. Handle that battle like that. But don't be talking out your ass, because that's whack. And it smells like, shh, I'm monetized. I didn't say it. Now let's get back to it.
Can't talk to y'all, and that's where that is. When you come on here knowing I'm here and you say the word discrimination about the community, that's not right. And I'm gonna tell you right to your face, and I don't give a shit, Robert.
Hey man,
I ain't going behind your back. You came on here, and you know the exchange we had today in the comments.
I'm gonna call you because I see you.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it. That's the part you understand. For all of what you all think I'm doing on YouTube, that's toxic.
Now, Revolution has said at least 8 times, I'm going to call you. He says, I don't want to talk about it. This is toxic. It's not toxic. It's real, homie. Don't you know that when they talk about, when they talk about the economy and they talk about the jobs and unemployment, don't you know that they break that down by races? And they let you know that this percentage of blacks are not employed, this percentage of whites are not employed, this percentage of Hispanics are not employed. Don't you know that that's what they do? That's how they fix things in certain areas. So how is that toxic if someone has to drive a vehicle and they have to be traveling across town? They may be going downtown and they have to deal with uppity people the whole time, and they could be losing money because they're going to treat them different. How is that toxic and not just telling everybody all the rules on the playing field? I don't know if any of you guys have been to the county at least one time or anything. Once you get your county closed, someone walks you around and tells you all the rules. And if you mess up, you mess up. So if we got people that are literally joining in here to start driving and they don't know anything, why would we not teach them all the rules? Especially the rules in your race. Now, we do know that we have people like me where I can go into a lot of places. Everyone's not like me. But we got to teach them the stuff though, right? It's crazy that the narrative that they are painting about us now is racial. But he's up there with other black dudes. Ain't nothing racial there, man. And I am always going to say what it is. Always. I'm from Cyprus. Tiger Woods lived right around the corner. Western High School. While he was still golfing, the parents still live right there. We used to go over there. Right next to Cyprus is Long Beach and Los Al. The hood. Hawaiian Gardens, where they kill cops. But in Cyprus had a lot of skinheads. My brother and his friends, they all had nice cars because my parents were and their parents were the black people that were able to live over there, and they used to get pulled over all the time because they used to ride to the mall and come back and pick me and my friends up. Me and my friends is 4 years younger than them. They used to take us to the mall and all that stuff, right? But they used to get pulled over all the time by the white cops in Cyprus. And in Cyprus, people, Christopher Dorner went to my school. I know who he is or who he was. In Cyprus, the police were making the most money in the county. There was no delivery thing going on for jobs like that. It was just the regular pizza jobs, you know, if you had to drive paper routes. Now check this out. Back then, people that had to do paper routes and throw the newspapers out their cars used to get pulled over if they are throwing the newspapers out in an area where it was worth more money. So they said that, hey, can I choose a different route because I don't want to get pulled over all the time because I want to be on time and not lose this job. We are trying to inform people about everything that can happen. And if you don't understand that, you are just weird. And that's what the hell I'm going to say. You can't get mad because someone is just bringing all the information out there. And you made it into a whole racial thing instead of what he's talking about. Discrimination on drivers doing what they're supposed to do and using the apps and the programs for what they're supposed to be using them for to make the most money for what they can. He's talking about discrimination on that. You took it all the way to the race card and you don't even know. You didn't know where to start or where to end, and you brought my name in it. So now you already know how I do my thing. I do it just like this. Now you got to figure out, where do I hop in at? Where do I hop in at? You don't know because you can't, because I'm breaking it down for you. I'm giving you so many different situations and scenarios that you literally cannot hop in because I'm telling you what actually happens. And these are facts, not lies. So don't bring up the race card and bring it up as your argument if you can't even stand on it when you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. That's what I'm saying. And don't bring my name up in anything if you have not even talked to me about anything and you just gonna say some nonsense, because you can talk to me about anything and I keep it way real with you. And I do it like this on the air all the time. Don't bring my name up on nonsense. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. We ain't talking about you ain't black enough. You ain't black enough to talk about the issues we talking about because you don't know about them. And that's fact, because what came out your mouth. And leave it there unless you got something else to say. Let's keep going.
Shit that Robert Reese pulled race baiting the other day, and you stuck up for it is toxic. You condone Robert Reese race baiting.
No, I didn't. No,
you
I
sure did.
No,
yes,
I did.
You did.
You just took it the wrong way. What I'm saying is our ideals. I'm not talking about color. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ideals. drivers discriminating against each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than him. She better than him.
I'm
All
better
of
than a
this
top
happening.
dasher. Yes,
No,
I
no, no,
am,
no, no,
Robert.
no,
I am better than a
brother,
top
brother,
dasher. I'm a
brother.
better driver and I make more money. I'm not a better human being than them, but yes, I'm better and I'm going to continue to say that.
You're not the best though.
I don't know why I don't have any sound right there, but what I just said that, damn, I ain't had no sound on that. I got you right here. And I don't know how long the sound was out. But cherry pick, whatever, don't bring my name up. And I said this, I was not race baiting. Someone that watches Pedro, watches all the channels, sent this to me. I did not go and just look at that and that boom. I was not watching it. I'm going to block the person's face and the thing here, but I'm going to show you that someone sent me this because I literally am on the business suite. I'm going to show you that I was sent this. I'm not race baiting. Someone else was offended by it because he did not separate himself. And when you have sponsors, Pedro has sponsors. Sponsors. Cherry pick. He has sponsors. Sponsors, especially when they have a news channel out in the gig world that looks at everything. If there's someone singling out a race, a gender, a creed, and you allow that to be on your channel, you don't have a moderator and you're not watching and doing things. And I'm the news. If someone has sponsors, the sponsors, they do not want that person to be tied into that. So they have to separate themselves from that. That's not race baiting. That's all about, hey, separating it and keeping it real. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you. I did not just go look at that. I was sent that. I was sent that because someone that watches was offended and they know that they can come to Hot Facts and I'm gonna say something. That's what my whole thing is in this gig economy. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna walk up to the screen and you're gonna see the screenshot of what they sent me. I'm gonna put it right here. You see that thing there? There's the comment there. So cherry pick. If you thought that I went out there and I do all this other stuff, I told you I'm the news. People come to me and give me things because they recognize me as the news. And if you have not gotten that, there's something wrong with you, bro. There's something wrong with you, man. If you have not gotten that, there's something wrong with you. You backed up Robert Reese because he was race baiting. No, I just went over everything else now. And if you can come back from all of this, then please do, because there ain't no race baiting here. None. Even my dogs are Japanese. The hell you talking about? The hell you talking about? And guess what? The Rev said you misunderstood. And yeah, you know why? This is where you're not black enough. You don't understand. It's a black thing. Remember that in the early 90s? It's a black thing you don't understand. You fell right into that. You got mad because you really didn't understand. That's hilarious. You didn't even understand. You fell right into that one. 1992. You fell right into it. You aren't black enough to understand what we were talking about. You tried to make something up. And when you made it up, you made me come back right now because I was able to watch this thing while I was doing my deliveries. So I don't know. Don't bring up no race card. Someone's a subscriber to all these channels that watches everything sent me that because the separation was not there and they were offended, but they know, hey, let's go to Hot Facts because he'll set it straight. Yeah. And if the reason why Pedro took that down, he has sponsors and I am the real news and I broadcast stuff. And guess what? You can take Kim's Side Money Plan's views, Hannibal's, and Rideshare Rodeo's views, and they barely will equal up to what I do every single day. And those are 3 of their main hitters. So guess what? When I told everyone that Buckle started following me and they wrote me messages on Instagram, not on YouTube, they hit me on Instagram. Guess what? Once I told them that I also have the YouTube, I go live, I guarantee they watch me go live too. So if I bring up the news and they do know about me and he's a sponsor of something else like that, don't you think he's going to take that down? Because he can't be tied into it. He has to separate himself. What part of business don't you understand, Cherry Pick? There ain't no, this is how you make it so that there is no race bait. You separate yourself from comments that go into making people thinking that this is a racial thing. And you still didn't even get that. But I'm explaining it to you now. Let's talk real business. What sponsorships are you going to mess up? for not addressing that, because that person singled out a race, a creed, a gender, a group. You felt that was A-okay. Someone told me and I said, no, that's not okay. They came to me because they know I'm going to say something. You are a person that you saw the whole thing and you just let it fly. You know why? You ain't black enough to understand. That's why you're not black enough to bring up the point that you're trying to make. Cherry pick. Don't bring me up in none of that drama. That's drama, people. That's real drama. I react to news and I read articles and I share them and I react to what the content creators say. I don't make up anything, period. And I ain't never played no race card. The only time I played a race card, literally, let me go into an all-white place and I know that there ain't no brother supposed to be in there. If I'm standing there for a long time, I'm going to give them the look. I ain't going to say nothing, but I'm going to give them the look, and they know what the look is. Are you doing this because I'm black? I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to give them the look, because once you say it, they call the police on you. You don't know what that's like. You ain't black enough to know what that's like. And that's just the real. Do you know how it feels to you go to a really white part of Orange County and your wife, your girlfriend, fiance, whatever else you have with you, they may be Hispanic, but they look white. And then when they figure out that that person is Hispanic and they're with the black dude, you guys get the full treatment on how it is. You don't even know what that's like, huh? You don't even know what that's like. You can't see it right here, but my keloid here, it happened when I was sleeping. I fell off the top bunk. Got a keloid there, right? The glass went in. I was a little kid, like 9.5, 10 years old. I just put toilet paper and went back to sleep. It wasn't that large at first. I go to Huntington Beach. I'm like 19, 20 years old. The skinheads don't like who I'm walking with. Walk. Got to get on down. Just like that. It opened up more. That's all I'm saying about that. You don't know nothing about that. You ain't black enough to know about that. You see what I mean? How about this? You got to walk to school and everything and walk back. And the skinheads chase you guys with I'm talking about like chains and bats and everything, right? And Christopher Dorner is the dude that goes ham on him. What you know about that? You ain't black enough to know about that. I'm talking about the Christopher Dorner. If you guys want to go back and fact check this, look at when they went to Christopher Dorner's mom's house. Go back and look at it on Sharon Drive. I stayed right on Kathy, right next to Luther Elementary School, because that's where I went right there. Walk right through the cut. His parents stay right on Sharon Drive. You get off Sharon Drive off of Moody, and that's Carmenita if you on the 91. Once you leave Cerritos and you go into Orange County right there before you hit Knott's Berry Farm and Buena Park, you got Carmenita. You make that right, turns into Moody, boom. What y'all know about that? Facts. You don't know about that stuff, man. You ain't black enough. I'm gonna tell you what you ain't black enough to know about. You ain't black enough to know that my grandfather was the first black person in California to have a license to buy and sell guns. You ain't black enough to know that. It's a lot of stuff you ain't black enough to know. But this gig world, don't try to use that when we are just trying to educate people about, hey, know about your areas, your surroundings, and everything else like that. Everything else we talking about, quit hating on each other. Just do your thing right. Use your customer service and all of that. Because the narrative that you are trying to paint, and you did it on Flex's Live, and Flex has a good following, and Flex can appear on everything. You said that on the channel that a lot of people watch, and I did not even know until I watched it. You tried to paint a narrative that we are racist and coming at the gig world as being militant blacks. That's what you tried to do. So who is racist for doing that? And I'm not letting that slide. I'm not letting it slide. Hell no, I can't let that slide. You talk shit on TV, but bitch up when you see me. Hell no, I can't let that slide. I'm talking about Corruption, West Coast album. What y'all know about that? Those were lyrics from Corrupt people. People are like, what he saying? What he saying? What he saying? You see how I can just spit lyrics out? I can't let that slide, man. It's the first and last time that's going to happen. Because that's not what it was, and you misunderstood. When you wake up in about a couple hours, you're in Florida, you're 3 hours away, you should be waking up at about 5:45, 6, because you're a supreme cherry picker and you want to get your thing up. When you wake up, you go see this. And you go know it was me. Hot facts. Don't never try to tell a black man when they are trying to play the race card and they are not doing it if you don't even understand what's going on. You crazy. Now keep listening to yourself argue. You guys had a field day on Pedro interrupting my thing on the whole debacle. Now just watch this dude. He played the whole race card to go butt heads, and he didn't even know why he was saying it. Now, everything that I said, you got to counter all of that if you want to talk to me. And Rev said, let's talk. You said, I don't want to talk. So it's you, not us. We talking about talking. You talking about no. And I doubt you know sign language.
Now,
I am the best. The hell I'm not. I make the most money. I have the best customer rating. I can do every job in a restaurant. And if you don't think I'm the best and you don't think you're the best, then you need to find something that you're better at.
No, I'm good at what I'm doing now.
Okay, you're good, but I'm the best. I am the best, and I'm better than any top dasher. And I get to say that.
Well, brother, I hate you feel that way. And we done talked on what you call a good page, off the scene, and everything.
Yeah, and I respect that, but I also am going to be honest with you that
I appreciate that. I appreciate
you were
that.
condoning Robert Reese race baiting Pedro, who is not a Caucasian, who happens to be Puerto Rican. That doesn't make him Caucasian either. So you're saying, yes, that's what y'all did.
No.
Man, I thought he was done with me. His last name is Santiago, and he looks like Jose Masvidal. He's Cuban. Something like that. No one cares. But by him not separating, that's what he does. What are you talking about? And you keep bringing my name up, and you keep saying race baiting. I did not race bait. I got a message from someone that was offended, and they know that I'm going to say something because he did not separate himself, and he has sponsors and everything. Cherry pick. Check this out. If a black Israelite or someone else came on here and they put in one of my comments, the white she devils or something like that, I have to literally, because I check all my messages, I literally have to go publicly and apologize to people for that being up there. That's what I have to do. So I don't understand what you are talking about. You keep bringing my name up. You were all the way cool with me this whole time. But when someone shows me a message and someone did not separate themselves, because, like, check this out. You can go look at a lot of rappers, battle rappers, musicians. 30,000 subscribers is a whole lot of subscribers. And if you have sponsors, you're supposed to be politically correct, especially when something else comes like that. And if not, you were supposed to hire someone to look at all your comments when they come in and everything. Is it my fault that he didn't do all of his proper business protocols to make sure that that was not seen like that? That's not my fault, but that can happen if it's not checked right. So what are you talking about? I'm talking about real business here, people. That's why I told these content creators, go talk to the businesses and tell the businesses, hey, check out my channel and everything, and have them rep you. They will not rep you because they see all the bad stuff you do. That's why that was one of my challenges. But you guys see me doing it nonstop. I got the mayor on my side. How many of you guys got the mayor? How many of you guys have the mayor on your side? Check this out. I'm going to read some text messages from the mayor's camp. Check this out. Let me see. This is, hey, Robert, this is council member Ulysses Cabrera running, and now he wants to be the next mayor. Running to be the next mayor of Moreno Valley, California. He's telling me you deserve a safer city and all that other stuff. And then he says what I wrote. Oh, let me go ahead to the whole view all. He says, my priorities, and I like what you do, include creating quality jobs, addressing homelessness, fixing our roads, and expanding after-school youth programs and education. Guess what I go out there and do all the time? First of all, my kids are in these schools. I know the principals. I talk to the counselors. I'm out there. They all know about hot facts. They say hot facts. This is someone that I never even met this dude, and he hit me up. You know why? Because they gave him my phone number. Now have them give them your phone number. The hell you talking about, man? Let me go right here. Let me see. And I'm going to let you know, this is campaign manager to the mayor, Adrian Padilla, okay? Concrete Incorporated. We have a lot of our streets being fixed right now all over Moval, and this is the guys who owns the construction sites. He told me he wants me to go film his crew working so then he can speak. This is from Adrian. No, I said Adrian. It's not Adrian. It's I'm gonna still say Adrian because even though there ain't no R in there, it should be an R in there. Abidan. Abidan, but I say Adrian. It should be an R in there. Abidan Padilla. Okay, 14315 Corporate Way, Suite B, Moreno Valley, California, 92553 951 777 5940. I guarantee if you call him and say, hey, hot facts, he's going to know exactly what. Robert, I've added you to my contacts. Can't wait to talk to you. That's what it says right here. Pedro, get the mayor, get the council members, get their staff that helps them run and do their thing. This is how you guys know there ain't no racial thing here. That's why my challenge was to the content creators, all the ones who are now doing Top Dasher, large order program, and all this other stuff. They're trying to make themselves seem like they got customer service because they're getting their ratings up. No, you don't. Get the real people to vouch for you how I do. Then talk to me. I don't know one content creator that can have the people vouch like that. I want another content creator to get in contact with their mayor and have their mayor say, hey, you're watching, insert your name here. Do it, please. No one's doing that. That's why there's separation, cherry pick. Learn business. You say you're the best, you can't be the best if you don't know the business. You're not the best around. I'm not even going to do the Karate Kid song, but you're not the best around.
No. Check out what I did on the live yesterday.
I don't watch it anymore. I'm done with y'all. I don't have time for that. I'm above that. I'm in the 21st century.
Okay, I respect that. But if somebody else that saw the live, let him know what the conversation was about. I interviewed Reese yesterday.
You interviewed him in a fake interview, and you kept saying the atrocities that happened yesterday because you guys wouldn't let Pedro talk, and you called Hannibal and Uncle Tom.
I didn't.
I called Cannibal Uncle Tom. I called him Uncle Tom when he first went into my live and interrupted my thing. I called him Uncle Tom way back then. Why didn't you say it way back then? I called him Uncle Tom way back then. And the reason why I called him Uncle Tom is the reason here. All the stuff you're saying, no one's even asked him about this black thing or anything. And he don't speak about anything. He wants to cuddle with grown women as another side gig and all this other stuff when he's in a relationship. And then check this out. He has not got the hate mail with the N-word and all this other stuff attached to it with them saying no tip, no trip. You know why? Because they see him as Sambo. He plays around and dances around with the white man. That's why I called him Uncle Tom. And you ain't black enough to understand that. And I said that to him then. So what you gonna say? I called him Uncle Tom. And I explained it again for the third time. That's why. Now, Rideshare Rodeo was on the coffee in Colorado when they're talking about we can't go there. We'll get our cars jacked and all the shooting and stuff. Now, if Hannibal was not offended by that, he's an Uncle Tom. My wife was offended, and she ain't black. Her kids are. So, if he don't have no reaction to that, and if you don't have no reaction to them trying to get Bud Soda to say my name, and after they did all that stuff and did all of that, then you are no better than all of them. You said, I'm done with that. I'm done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. What the hell you done with? What the hell you... I never even knew we started with something. I knew you called me. You told me don't tell no one this, that UDM is your boy. I'm the king in this area. UDM is the king there. I done taught him all this other stuff. I run Florida. I've been doing it like this. And I got places to where they tell me all the orders coming in and they give them all to me. And you told me all that. And you said, don't say this out loud. You told me all of that. You didn't want people to know all this stuff. That you make the money because, and then, you know what, I got in there, I I figured this out and whoop, whoop, whoop. And now I got these people and I can tell them this and they'll do it for me. That you ain't telling nobody all that. You told me don't say this out loud, but now I am because of all this. Now you done with me. Now I'm finna open it up. All the cheating, cherry picking that you do. You guys were talking about calling in and getting your stuff right. You've done all that stuff. You've done all that stuff. You told UDM call this number here. All of this was on Flex's Live. But what you told me personally when you were like, don't tell no one that I'm the king here and UDM, you guys have a full team out there and you guys are working together as a full team. You said don't say that out loud either. Now I want you to address this stuff. Now I'm opening it up because you said you're done. So since you're done, then all of this is open game and I am the news. You guys have a team down there. You're running a full team down there, and you guys want certain things to be ran a certain way because you guys are making the money there, and you guys are doing all this other stuff, and you guys are running the certain businesses to where you guys are getting the orders. You ain't telling nobody about all of that. You're making it so that people ain't making all the money they can. Why ain't you saying that? You getting up there arguing about all that stuff. Why ain't you saying all that stuff? Let's go ahead and just put this on Front Street right now. Put this on Front Street, Cherry Pick. People, Cherry Pick is the king in Florida. UDM will in his area. UDM is like the king in the next market, and he continues to claim they have a team, and he taught UDM everything. He's trying to tell them to call this number, call in. Everything that you are doing, you are mad because, first of all, when I said calling in is cheating and all that other stuff, you are doing all of that stuff, and you don't even understand what's going on with the race thing. Now, check this out, Cherry Pick. You in good with all the businesses. You getting the orders. You doing your thing. I don't know what area you're in. I don't care. But I can also say this. If you are in an area where in Florida got a lot of black folk, it's hard not to find black folks in Florida because a lot of the Native Americans were hiding the slaves, protecting them. So we got a lot of dark people in Florida. A lot of dark people in Florida. But there are nice, rich areas. You probably can go into a nice, rich area. You probably have pool going inside there and all that other stuff. And you can't tell me if someone else went to that same area, it wouldn't be different. You're going to try to say, no, it's all the same. We're in the 21st century and yada, 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 yada. Man, shut your butt up. My mom is 60-something years old. My dad is 70. Okay? My grandma was picking cotton. My great-grandma was really picking cotton and was slaving as a kid. So what you mean we are in this century here when literally my mom was born in 1958? In 1958, let me ask you this. When did Martin Luther King get shot and assassinated? When did Malcolm X get assassinated? So you talking about like damn near the whole NBA has been ran by the racist people. So what are you talking about? Cherry Pick? We're in a new century. We're in a new woo. You guys can't talk about that no more. My mom is alive. My mom used to be in Louisiana as a kid. Sometime going to the cotton fields. The hell you talking about? That's not long ago. My mama had me. So what the hell you talking about? You ain't black enough to understand that. Since you want to keep saying you ain't black enough, I'm going to keep telling you why you ain't black enough to understand what we talking about. I lived in the richest and the safest city in America. Irvine, California is what they say. A lot of Arabs, Persians. You get your Koreans. The black folks that live in Irvine, trust me, they play sports at the high school, university, Woodbridge, Northwood, Irvine High. They play sports there. Half the time, the families don't live in Irvine. They live in the cities that's not Irvine, and their kids go to that school. Some of those parents, when they go pick up their kids from school, they get pulled over because the police don't know why they're there. And then once they figure out their kid is the star kid in that school, they're like, oh, he's great. Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what that feels like? No. Now, just imagine tying that into driving your vehicle and trying to make money in certain areas. You just didn't get it. You just didn't get it. You don't get it. And you keep trying to say this and that. And since you're done, tell everyone about the plan that you guys have out there, your whole team, and how you guys have it all rigged so that you guys make money and you do your thing. Tell everyone all that stuff, which is why you said, hey, if I ran DoorDash, you guys would hate me. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You are ridiculous. I'm going to keep listening to your garbage right now. And I did nothing wrong to you. You just didn't even understand what you were saying. And you went on a live and felt that you had some courage in to say some stuff. And you are completely wrong. Because everything I've said in this live, you have to like literally, if this is a battle rap, you have to go back and watch everything I said to do your rebuttals. And I hope you do. Don't try to pick certain things out. Don't do that. Rebuttal what you got to rebuttal, and you got to rebuttal it right. And then you got to show me how black you are to talk about the stuff that I'm talking about, since you didn't understand it in the first place. Cherry pick. You got them cherries there. I hope your nut is bigger than those.
Call Hannibal Uncle Tom. Did you hear it come out of my? Did you hear it come out of my mouth?
Did you say, hey, Robert, we love all black man to black man? You shouldn't say that live? No, you didn't. You let him say it.
I talked.
And
did you hear him say that, hey, Robert? Because Revolution's name is Robert also, people. I call him Rev, so we ain't saying Robert and Robert the whole time. He says Reese, I say Rev because both our names are Robert. Okay, you guys didn't even know that. Cherry Pick said, hey, Rev, why didn't you tell Robert that he can't say that out loud? What the hell? How are you black enough to even tell him what I'm not supposed to tell this other black dude? What the hell are you talking about? And I'll say it again. He Uncle Tom. What you gonna say now? I'll say it again. Because he came in here and said, explain how I'm Uncle Tom, but he was mad because I did not interrupt the revolution while he was talking. I waited until revolution was done before I addressed him. That's another reason why he's an Uncle Tom, trying to interrupt stuff and thinking that he's better than the rest of us because he hangs out with that crew. That's another example right there, Cherry Pick. And I'm going to say it. But you can't tell another black dude to tell me not to say something to another black dude about something about being black. Where do you get that right? Let's keep going.
Here's a white guy sticking up for that. That's unacceptable.
I talked to Robert on the phone behind the scenes about some things about that. Okay.
Right, but he's supposed to call out a commenter.
Hey, I'm going to interject. That's not what we're having a conversation.
Go ahead,
we're going to have to get back on our topic everybody was talking about.
Exactly. I wasn't trying to come here for that. But I understand his feelings.
But you understand, Robert, that I'm not stupid. When you say discriminate, that's what you were inferring. And I'm not going to let you slide that through at 2:30 in the motherfucking morning, buddy. That ain't happening.
Bro,
and to understand,
it's not about a black and white issue. Can I say that?
2 hours ago, somebody asked in the chat, how come I don't go on Robert Reese's channel anymore? And I said the exact thing that I'm telling you now. Because he's a race baiter, and I don't talk about politics, and I don't do things like race baiting on this channel. And you can say I'm a horrible person for my horrible videos, but I have more honor in my worst video than anybody. You allowed him to race bait Pedro, and you thought it was okay, and apologized to him for how he was being treated. That's nonsense. That's low-grade manipulation, and that's not acceptable to me. For somebody who helped you and helped you with your content and went on Robert Reese to give him clout with my little channel, it helped him. And that's what I get. I get told that.
Are you serious? This dude said that. Are you serious? He said that him coming, first of all right, cherry pick. When you did your first of all, you sent me like 4 you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese's. I have them all here. You sent me like 4 of them. Don't you know that you were like the 88th person to do a you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese? What did you do to my channel that I like literally? Who cares about you? My channel is little. I started January 25th. Oh, I'm moving fast. My channel's large. So you helped my channel get to where it is. You helped my channel get to where it is. Cherry Pick, you helped my channel get to where it is. Okay, keep pumping yourself up, boy. I'll pass you up too. And you have no idea. And I'm not a race baiter. I talked to Roy. On the air. Then I talked to Roy on the phone. I talked to Revolution on the phone. Roy understood because I said, Roy, they are tying themselves in to him by using his slogans and catchphrases in my hate mail. And when they do that, and when I see that he did not separate himself from that, that made me really mad. Roy got that all the way. And Pedro got that. That's why it's not up there, obviously. But I talked to Roy on the air, and Roy's white. So I don't get it. So keep saying your stuff because it don't make sense. My channel is still going to grow and still go further and still go further because I'm out here with the whole community. If I see a rich white person, let's say if it's a Mexican dude doing a delivery and they are treating him bad because they don't know that I'm actually there waiting for an order and they're doing it because he's Mexican, I'm going to ask him, this happen to you all the time here? He probably going to say something like, hey, my boy, all the time, but the money's good. That's what he's going to say. But we going to talk about it. Come on now, cherry pick. You didn't cherry pick yourself into something else. You didn't cherry pick yourself into something else. And I don't watch your channel at all. So if you go and here's the funniest thing, people. You guys say that I go at Pedro. Cherry Pick goes at him nonstop. Go watch all his videos, his shorts. He goes at Pedro nonstop. He goes at Pedro way more than me. Way more than me. And none of you guys know that. So now why don't you guys go watch and go ask him all the questions you ask me? Go look unless he takes them all down. And I don't watch any of his stuff, which means that he's going to do when he told me, and this is what Cherry Pick told me. Go look at my page right now. Look at how I'm embarrassing this kid, Pedro. Look at what I've been doing to him. I've been getting him so he's been, and people go and look. You guys have just been focused on me, but cherry picking is cherry picking how he does that too. Go and look how he goes at him nonstop. Go to Cherry Pick's page. You guys will see. People, you hear me call him TFT. This is Ed. Okay, I'm not gonna give his last name. That's Ed. That's Edward right there. TFT is Edward. TFT is Edward. I've called him on the phone and I said, "Hey, TFT, oh, the best one was about the Walmart people, I almost, man, they gave, look, all of that sandwich meat that I had to take back, and TFT know I wanted to make me some sandwiches. I called him. I said, TFT, they got the roast beef, they got the all this stuff." TFT is my boy. That's why he's my deputy. TFT is my deputy. You guys don't get it. It's hard to be racist when I lived in Orange County for 20 years. Now, just think about it. Yeah. Yeah, TFT. Yeah, that day with the meat and the sandwiches, man. I wanted me some sandwiches. I was like, oh my goodness. People that day, they literally ordered like it was like 8 different meats, and it took so long for them to get everything. And that was the day that the manager, the store manager, did the whole thing with me. That was that day, and they canceled it. And I was driving there. I had to drive all the way back to the Walmart, and I was saying, Ed, but when I go back with the meat, they're gonna throw it away. He said, "Nah, they'll probably throw it right in that cooler again and keep it cool." But I was like, man, people, you have no idea. Oh my goodness, I could have had some good sandwiches. Oh my goodness, I would have been eating sandwiches all day long. Yeah, look, I had to call my deputy. My deputy had to say no. He said, "Reese, you gotta take it back. You gotta take it back." People, literally, I was about to be eating sandwiches all night, and I'm talking about the best sandwiches. I'm talking about making videos of the sandwiches, going to buy big old French baguette rolls for no reason. I was about to go sandwich crazy. But that didn't happen. Thanks to Ed, man. Thanks to my man right there, people. Thanks to my man Ed. I did not go. It was like, if you remember watching Martin, Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow, when Bruh Man from the Fifth Flow came, he always wanted some sandwiches. And like that was like, if that was Bruh Man would have ate all the sandwiches. And then he would have left and did this. And then went right out the window. He would have ate all the sandwiches. But TFT's my boy. It's my man. And this is so crazy that I'm gonna say this because it sounds like when someone is not black and they say, I have some black friends. People, I have tons of white friends, tons of white people that I call family. I was corporate for a long time, people. You don't get that. I was corporate for a long time. So my corporate relationships were corporate. I was the Uncle Tom because of the way I spoke with my corporate friends to black people that were in the mailroom and they just didn't get it until after work. They're like, oh man, you an N-word. Yeah, I am. So you're right. But I know how to do my switch. I know how to do my switch. I only do it when I have to. I have a platform here where I can speak however I want, and I'll bring it out whenever I want. But you all know that there is no dummy here. So cherry pick, get off the race thing. Get off the race thing. Please. Get off the race thing. Please do it. It's not good.
You think all the black content creators are supposed to get together and gang up, but I'm not black. So does that leave me out?
No.
That's what you're inferring.
No,
What if me and Roy said, let's all the white content creators get together and team up against all the black ones?
That's
Would
not.
that
Once again, this dude just don't get it. We're on, this is TV. With the hen of rosemary. TFT, you are hilarious. People, you don't get it. If we come into a genre that all right. This is ridiculous. When you come into media and you know how hard it is in media, he doesn't understand. When Revolution said the other black content creators didn't reach out or anything, it's what I said too. It's what I said too. Because first, you can end up being a token like Hannibal. You don't want to be a token. And you should all help each other. Like literally, in California here, if you work in a W-2, you go to the break room, right? I guarantee all the old Mexican women, they sit at the same table. They speak nothing but Spanish, and they share food. The other table, the Mexican men sit together. Then you'll get a table where you get the younger people and it's all mixed. But the older people sit together and share food together. The young ones go eat cup of noodles and stuff like that. They don't know about that real life. The reason why they do that is so that they don't feel discriminated against, even though they're friends with everyone. And when you are dealing with the media, I don't know how hard you think it is for a black person in the media to make it or how easy it is. It's very hard. So typically, you want to stand like a united front just so that you have a support system there. So from people that understand what you're going through trying to make it. There is nothing wrong with someone saying, hey, all the Indian people, I'm talking about from India, the Punjabis, anyone like that, and they all sit together too. Say, hey, let's all work together on our content and support each other. If all the white dudes do it, I don't care. I don't care. That's what the media is anyway, and no one cares. No one cares. But support systems are supposed to be there. And people put racism in the wrong context when you're dealing with like I'm proud to be black. My wife says all the time, well, she picks. Sometimes she's Mexican, sometimes she's Peruvian. She picks. But she's proud of that. She's proud. I'm teaching my daughter to be a proud light-skinned girl that's biracial. I'm teaching her to be proud of that. You know how many people I see with brown pride tattooed on the back of their arms? How many dudes with white pride tattooed on the back of their arms? The minute the black dude has black power on the back of his arms, it's World War III. It's World War III. I see dudes that have Scottish pride because they're Scottish. I have Scottish and Irish friends. B-Rad, DJ Melon Funk, you guys saw my interview, and White Boy Wheezy. White Boy Wheezy grew up in the hood. White dude. And Wheezy is, I'm going to tell you where Wheezy is not black. He's all the way black, but he's white because he has an Asian wife. If you guys understand that joke, then you guys got the joke, but it's true life. White Boy Wheezy black. White Boy Wheezy, we call him White Boy Wheezy, people. That's White Boy Wheezy. And also in Las Vegas, this is where White Boy Wheezy is. He runs one of the most largest security companies there. They are in plain clothes for the concerts. They run the Palms, and his crew runs a lot of the casinos there in plain clothes. I can hook up a lot of you guys in Vegas and getting into places. All I got to do is hit White Boy Wheezy up, and then boom, boom, boom. You guys don't even know what I know. You guys don't even know what I know. White Boy Wheezy runs the strip. His security team runs. They hire his company to do damn near everything. He runs the strip. If I go to Vegas, look, people, I'm telling you right now. If I go to Vegas, I can go to Vegas and hit up Wheezy, and everything is set for me. And I'm going in everywhere. I'm going in everywhere, just getting in. Shows and everything. Because it's his security company that runs everything. White Boy Wheezy. White Boy Wheezy's dad, when we met White Boy Wheezy's dad, he said, man, he just liked playing with all the black kids. White Boy Wheezy. White Boy Wheezy is Scottish. Him and Melon Funk are both my boys. And one's Irish and one's Scottish. And they go at each other like this when they talk. I'm not white enough to know about that. I'm not. It's funny as hell when they do it, but I'm not white enough to know about that. But it's funny as hell. I don't interfere when they are dissing each other. When they are dissing each other hard with the I'm not white enough to even comment on any of that, so I don't. And every time, if they're together, every time they are together, it goes like this. You would say something like this. Why don't you would ask Melon Funk, why don't you like the Scottish people? And then literally from right then, it's all dissing. And then Wayne get mad, and then he dissing back. And when they both wear quilts, I just know you can't call it a skirt because they both get mad at you. That's when they team up on you, see? But it's like that. Say hot facts. I need that connect. I'm telling you, man. White boy Weezy. I call Wayne right now. His name is Wayne. Wayne McHenry. Head. I can call Wayne right now. He might be asleep, but he might pick up. Because he gonna say, "What's up, Reese?" That's what he gonna do. This is why Cherry Pick, he tried to run with something and he had no idea what he was talking about. He had no idea what he was talking about. Let's keep going.
That be acceptable?
That's not what I was saying. Will you let me explain myself?
No, because I understand yourself. Yourself, it condones Robert Reese's bullshit and his race baiting. And you and I are friends and had a conversation. And as a white man, you should stick up for me and say, what about all these cherry pick?
He didn't say
why are we only content? I want UDM to give me, since he's here, I want UDM because I'm black to get me monetized. And I want Hannibal because he's black to get me monetized. Well, what about always cherry pick? I'm white, so I don't get help from UDM. I don't get help from Hannibal. That's what we're all talking about right now. And I can't believe we're talking about this.
If I gotta hear more of this garbage, do you hear where it went? It went from being not black enough to then saying that the black people should help the other black people get monetized. Revolution ain't monetized. I'm monetized. I'm monetized. I got monetized fast. Dash Theory TV just got monetized. I'm monetized. UDM is monetized. Hannibal should be monetized. Monetized. Didn't nobody help me get monetized. I did that myself. I outwork everybody. I'm monetized because I outwork everybody so fast. You're talking about monetized. You're mad because your channel, you're not monetized yet. Well, show your face. Don't put two cherries up there. Show your face. And say something that the people want to watch. It's that easy. I showed you guys all my metrics today. I have attained 4,000 subs in 8 months. You should be able to do it too. It's that easy. But there is nothing like I say, hey, let's help Rev get to 1,000 subs. I can't make everyone do that. But I'm going to stick by his side. Why don't you stick by your side and get monetized? I've done it. I've done it. It's not hard. People say it's hard to get monetized. It's not hard. You just got to know to do what you do. I didn't ask for all the black people to help me get monetized. No. I was mad that when I said what's up, they didn't respond back. Okay? That's why I was mad. And I'm going to give an example of what that's like. We were at this park in Brea, California. We're playing basketball. It's me, my brother, my boy Chris. He's the basketball trainer in Arizona. Okay. That's the one there. Jason Greer. Okay. Nephew of NFL Hall of Famer Rosie Greer. Brother of Nikisha Greer. Signed by Dr. Dre. Platinum and everything else. She wrote half of Brandy's albums and she wrote some of Mac 10's albums and stuff like that. His sister. And then we had my boy Wayne. Not white boy Weezy. We had Widget. We had Widget. It was 5 of us. 4 of us are playing basketball. Widget is just sitting on the bleachers on the outside the park. We're playing ball, and we're killing these dudes. These dudes don't know that we all go somewhere and we play ball. Bunch of cholos. My brother's killing one of them. Killing them bad. And my brother talking, because they were talking so hard, and my brother killing them. And then when the game was over, my brother said, get off the court or something else like that. And then the dude said something, and he said something, homie. So I repeated what he said. And he said, who said that? I said, I did. So he walked up on me. I pulled my shorts up because I already knew what was about to happen. I pulled my shorts up. He walked up, and I hit him with a pop, pop. 1, 2, whop, whop. Once I hit him, I got rushed from, like, literally. It was not the Mexicans on the court. I got rushed from, they were coming from off the sidelines. I got rushed. And it ended up being like 16-on-5. Okay? Now, fight's going down. I'm going to keep it way real. I had a lot of lumps, but I knocked out 4 dudes. I'm talking about I slept 4 dudes. I slept 4 of them because when they rushed me, I was blocking like this, and no one was hitting me right here, and all I saw was midsections in front of me, and I started all hooks, whack, whack, and I started hitting them all in the body, and I made the whole crowd back. Then my boy Chris ended up getting back with me, and we were back to back, and we were fighting, whack, 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 and now we get to see who we squaring up with, because my brother is running around trying to sucker punch people, but he has people chasing him while he's running around trying to sucker punch people. So the dudes that are chasing him made it so that we actually were able to, do our thing. Me, Chris, and Jason in there. Walk, 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 walk. We in there scrapping. I get speared from the side. This little short dude speared me from the side, and I went to the floor. I put my hands over my head like this, and once I did that, I got kicked all right here. But I blocked that. I got kicked. He speared me so hard. That was a hard spear. He speared me. I went like this. I blocked the kick. When I blocked the kick, Chris said, get up, get up. So I got up, and then we fighting. Whack, 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 whack. And Chris was doing his thing. I laid out some. My brother running around doing sucker punches. Widget, he tries to come and help because someone's trying to hit me from the back or something. Then someone came from behind him who was another Mexican from another side of the court that like literally had nothing to do with anything, but they joined in. Now check this out. They saw that it was racial, right? It was a racial fight. That's what it turned out to be. The other 3 black dudes that didn't even jump in, every single time we saw them, we had problems with them dudes because they didn't even help. That's what we're talking about by saying, hey, you know what? It's a group of us. I'm going to reach out to you. Hey, say what's up. Let's collab on something else like this. Even if we don't collab, at least we're saying hi and staying cordial. Them other dudes that didn't even jump in, to this day, if I run into one of them to this day, we got to fight. We got to fight. To this day, we got to fight. It's always going to be a fight because you did not, when they saw that it was not the 5-on-5, and then they was running in from all over the place off the bleachers and everything, and you guys saw what it was and didn't help. Yeah, you guys ain't right. That's the way it is. You don't show support. You don't do your thing. That's the way it is. When someone reaches out to you and you don't reply back, that's the way it is. Now, when I was trying to hit up DoorDash Revolution at first, he was not replying back to me because he felt a certain way. How you guys treated him, he felt a certain way. So he did not reply back to me like right then and there. But I got him. And that's why he says, Geezer and Hot Facts with Robert Reese reached out to him, and we did that. So cherry pick. You don't understand. Let's keep going.
Late at night.
You just took my words out of context. I understand it. I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. I tried to explain myself. You said you didn't want to hear it.
Well, I'll explain it, but what I'm telling you is the way I see it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to explain to you that wasn't my meaning when I was talking about it. You see what I'm saying?
How else can I take it? How else can I take it? What if me and Roy said, "Hey, Roy, you and me, let's get together and help each other because you're white and I'm white"?
That wasn't what I said. This is what I'm getting ready to explain.
That's what you said.
No, this is what I'm getting ready to explain right now. What I said. I said it wasn't nothing but two black content creators that reached out to me. That's what I said. So how did them words get taken out of context that we trying to build a community against everybody's race? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I'm a minister. I don't play them games like that. That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. You just took the word. Maybe I used the wrong word. Maybe I should have said prejudice. You see what I'm saying? Being prejudiced.
Okay.
Now that might have been the
whatever
wrong
we're talking about, Robert. The bottom line is that
I didn't support that. I didn't support that.
You supported what he said by not stopping him. He called Hannibal an Uncle Tom, and that's bullshit. And I don't even like. I mean, I like Hannibal. I don't like Hannibal, but I don't care who the fuck he just said that to. And that's why I unsubscribed to you and him and took all the shit off and took a bunch of my comments off of you, brother, because I'm not putting up with that. I have a right to not listen to that bullshit. And I have a right to stand up for the 21st century. Quit using that. That's weak, man.
Too.
That comes from a position of weakness when you have to stoop that low. And you're not a weak man.
No,
you are a strong man.
No, you just misunderstood the words I use, or maybe I used the wrong choice of word. I said about how drivers, discriminating against each other. It was not a black and white thing. And I done said that. You can go back and look at my videos. I says that. You see
but
what I'm
it's
saying?
bleeded into that. That's why this is a really little trick that y'all got going, where it bleeds into the next subject.
I have to stop it right there because what he just did was, "What's up, knowledge? What's up?" I had to stop it right there because he said that you guys have this trick. What is the trick? I don't get what the trick is. What is the trick, Cherry Pick? We don't have a trick. They've been trying to silence me since I came in at 40 subs. What is the trick? They've called me every name in the book. Cannibal has came in, tried to do his thing. He's an Uncle Tom for all of that, for joining in the reindeer games. Yes. He doesn't get what I get, and they love him being by the white dudes, and they think that he's dancing around and he's fitting in. That's what, see, you don't know, you ain't black. You don't understand that that's what the Uncle Tom is. That's what it is. And today, yesterday, actually, to be actual, when they did rideshare rodeo in them, we're talking about getting their cars stolen and getting shot by delivering in certain areas in the hood, and they were joking about it. He's on their shows every single time. And I guarantee he's not going to say nothing about it. Why? Because he's an Uncle Tom. Someone that's not an Uncle Tom, and these are your people that you roll with, you got to say, "Hey, man, look, we work on the same thing. They come on the show and everything else like this. Look, I was not fond of what you guys did about the inner city and all this other stuff. And I broke down how it's vice versa when we got to go deliver in some of these spots." I guarantee he does not address that. You know why? Because of Uncle Tom won't. That's why he was called that. And I'm not taking that back because I don't like him either. And that really makes me not like, really, like, that's just like, I put Hannibal in the group of the dudes that didn't jump in while we were getting jumped by all the other people. I put him in that same group. He wants to join with them. There's nothing wrong with having friends. But this is like that separation thing with Pedro. He took it down and had to separate. Driven Mom, Driven Dad, and Steve Rideshare Rodeo made those comments, and Hannibal was black. And he delivers, he works, and does his thing. Now, Hannibal has a little bit of what I got as far as a little bit of the gift. And I've done WAG. He does Rover. We get house keys from people and the codes to the lock boxes to go inside their homes. Only certain black people can get that trust. Okay. But at the same time, he keeps that though. And he probably says, I don't want no confrontations or anything. But if you don't speak your mind, you're weak to me. Weak man to me. Your own people made those jokes today. And then they tried to throw Bud Soda into the hot fire and make him say my name and everything. That's not cool either. And that's not a black thing. That's just not cool. They were afraid to say my name. And then they were making these funny jokes and smiling and giggling and doing all this other stuff. And you were A-okay with it because you ain't said nothing yet. Well, at least I don't know. You could have said something behind the scenes. And if you did, then you did. But that wasn't cool. That's why I call you an Uncle Tom. Ain't no Sambo ninja here. No Sambo. If you don't know what Sambo is, you should have paid attention in school because everybody knows when Black History Month comes, you guys don't remember nothing about us. So just let it fly. Just let it fly. Just let it fly. And with that being said, it's 3:10 a.m. on my time. I want to thank everyone who's came in here. I'm out of here. Like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. Peace out. And Cherry Pick, I'm right here always. And by the way, by you unsubscribing, you see how many do you see how many subs I gain every day from people that's black, white, Asian, Samoan, everything, LBGTQ, XYZ, LMNOP, all of it. All of it. By you unsubscribing, for you not knowing what we're talking about, you're not smart enough. You should have went to college and took that Black History class.